yeah, so Dyson Sphere. Been a little bit since we came back to Dyson Sphere. Fortunately, I have a to-do list, which solves a lot of problems. Alright, yes, remembering mechanics. I can move. I can move the camera. That's good. All of this is good. Where am I? Oh, I'm already at the O star. That's cool. This is the good star. This is where the luminosity comes from. Cold move, Dyson. Friday. Yeah, so I've already got a sphere building. Went through quite a bit of work to adapt my old blueprint so that it would actually cover the sphere cleanly. And now we have a blueprint in place covering the sphere cleanly. So, fantastic. And I could apply this in other spheres if I wanted other spheres to have, you know, Dyson-related things. Fantastic. Okay, so, first things first, as long as we're here, is there anything I want to adjust? Yo, we're mining Kimberlite? What a deal. Is that getting sent home? Well, I have it here. I don't know that anybody's requesting it, but it is here. So that's good. You would also like to do science? Excellent. I agree. We should do science. Well, satisfaction is dropping. Time to start setting up some ray receivers, right? Presumably we can just drop ray receivers anywhere on account of tidally locked. There is not a whole lot of Dyson Sphere to receive power from, but soon? Soon? And until then, I guess I can drop more solar panels, since I still have a lot more solar panels. Like, honestly, I might as well. Now how are we doing? Fine. I'll take it. You're still not getting power? Actually? Actually no power? Why? Huh. I guess they don't connect. Why don't they connect? That seems odd. It feels like that should work. I thought this blueprint was set up in such... Alright, well... that explains some things. Well, now I definitely don't have enough energy. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, time to drop a ton more solar panels. Fortunately, I still have like 100 solar panels in my inventory, so it's not too bad here. And as the Dyson sphere fills in, we're going to be getting more and more power out of these. This is definitely future-proofing, because right now these are doing not a whole lot. Yeah, they are definitely requesting more power than they can possibly receive. They're requesting more power than is in the Dyson sphere. So that's not ideal either. All right, right now we have how much are each of these producing? Like, these are overproducing because the like super powerful sun or whatever, and this is still not a whole lot of 110 megawatts per solar panel. So to get another 110 is another 110 solar panels. All right, well. How many is this that I'm placing? It shows me how many I have in my inventory, but it doesn't tell me how many I'm placing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I guess I'll just place everything that's in my inventory. And when I run out, I run out. Alright, well, there you go. That's all I got. It's the best I could do. No more power for you until you get the Dyson sphere up and running. Hey, Dr. Devil, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. I hope you are here for some Dyson sphere, because Dyson sphere is what's happening. Alright, I think that's all I can do here for right now. We're gonna have to go back and refuel and restock and stuff. What ya bacon? That's a hell of a question. So here we're doing something completely normal and uninteresting, which is, I found my local O-star, Bella Lugosi. It's the biggest star in the constellation. Well, brightest. Which is pretty much the same thing. And, we're just wrapping it in, you know, regular run-of-the-mill Dyson shell. What can I say, Icarus? I'm in a mood. As far as science goes, we have done most, if not all, of the science. And now I'm down to only the science that matters, which is Vane's utilization forever. I guess eventually I should decide to win the game. But, you know, that can happen whenever. Not a big deal. Pretty minor, really. Is it before the W? I mean, that's how it would be written. It is up to the user how to actually pronounce it. Next step is getting solar sails out here, which I might wait until a few more rockets have been fired before I start moving solar sails out here. I think we also need to up solar sail production. We also need to start using kimberlite for various nefarious purposes. Maybe not that nefarious. Maybe, you know, well-intentioned purposes. Still a little exploitative. Alright, so we're going back home? Going back to Elbereth? Is the Vanity Project on the way? Kind of. We can go check how the Vanity Project is doing. That sounds like a good time. Ooh, visible from space is how the Vanity Project is doing. That's exciting. Look at that. Look at that go. Well, that's really about all I needed to check. So, cool, leaving that alone. In which case, let's head on home. And figure out what I'm doing with both Kimberlite and solar sails, since those are the next set of steps to do things with. And go. Ah, that warp animation. Ladies and gentlemen, we warping. I guess my warp speed could go up. I guess I wouldn't be mad if I spent science on making myself go from place to place faster. That seems like a useful thing to be able to do. Robot is moving around the planet's surface probably fast enough. Not too worried about that. But, you know, if I could increase the warp speed, that might be a thing I spend science on. Travel to and from Bela Lugosi is not a simple jaunt. It's quite the trek. You gotta have like a picnic basket all packed. Bring sunscreen. Thunk. Alright, how's my science doing? Is the science running smoothly? I'll bet not, but we'll take a look. Green is still garbage. Someday, green. Someday. Why is green still having problems? Didn't I fix you? A fix was attempted. However, the fix has not been realized because we are still out of lenses. Lenses. There should not be an H in lenses. You have to make the trip at night? Oh, that would help. Where am I making lenses? Also, this can stop. Thank you. Entirely too busy. You're getting the hang of it, Icarus. They are, in fact, looking pretty empty. Where the hell was I making lenses? Somewhere here is lens production. Is that this? That's strange matter. Which feeds lenses. Which means lenses are somewhere nearby. Maybe. Somewhere nearby, maybe? Aha! Lenses! Oh yeah, this is definitely lens production. What do you need, my friends? How do I make this better for you? Oh, you need diamonds, you say? Well, I have learned a trick or two regarding that lately. I'd apologize, Icarus, but I am not sorry. Alright, so now we have a source for Kimberlite. And this is exactly the reason that I wanted a source for Kimberlite. So that's good. Now we just gotta figure out how we're getting Kimberlite over here. Oh, there's more solar panels. I guess next time I go out to Bela Lugosi, I should grab another stack of solar panels. Man. My ear is stuck. This is the worst feeling. It's like, you may or may not be familiar with the feeling like when you fly and the pressure changes, like causes your ear to get stopped up. So that's happened to me with one ear, and it won't go away. So it's like the ear is just pseudo turned off. It's the weirdest feeling, and I hate it. Alright, we need a free tower. Where is a tower that has space? Or am I just running a new tower? Might just be running a new tower. As much as I hate to admit it, Cryptomancer, you are probably correct. Alright. Maybe I'll just go over here and click on some towers and see if any have room. Seeming not super likely that any will have room. I think I have a set of requester towers somewhere, just like towers that exist solely for the purpose of requesting off-world materials, and then they'll get distributed locally. Is that accurate? Did I do that? Was I smart enough? If so, it is none of these towers. Well, these towers are full. Very full. I'm not touching those. Those are for the science. I don't think I did the requester tower thing. Alright, well, all of my towers are fully occupied, which means we'll have to drop a new tower somewhere. Things are a little busy in here, but I think there is room for a new tower, but there's not really room for more diamond production. Unless I try to just add to this diamond production. So I think what I'll do is... You know what, honestly, I should probably just do diamond production locally at, when I say locally, I mean at Bela Lugosi. Like, Kimberlite never needs to be anything but diamonds. It might as well just be diamonds there. And then we can request diamonds to here instead of requesting Kimberlite and processing the Kimberlite here. Like, the Kimberlite will never do anything but become diamonds, so we might as well just request diamonds. Yeah? I mean, that feels like it makes sense. But I still need to find an interstellar tower to request diamonds from. And or with. So I guess I am dropping a new interstellar tower. It's alright, I got those. Probably. Eventually. In a minute. 30 seconds, I guess. Which one of these is this bad boy? Ooh, that's expensive. Why a cost in so much science? Yikes. More cargo stack count. More logistics carrier capacity? I mean, that's probably worth doing. And that's relatively cheap. Sure. I'll queue that up. So we'll have a thing to do. And then... yeah, I guess. Research all the things, but some of them matter a lot less than the others, it turns out. And everything is infinite now, so it's... well, not everything, but almost everything. So it's like, this thing just never ends. Alright, so... how am I doing this? Am I really just dropping an interstellar tower solely to request one thing? Feels like a little wasteful. I'm also sad that these diamond producers can't be dynamic. Change their recipe based on what is being provided. Why are you... You're asking for rings so that you can help make magnets. Okay, no, that's completely reasonable. That's fine. That's fine. You are taking in oil. Oh, I see. I understand. Maybe we'll send the oil somewhere else so you can request things that are not graphite. You're planetary, though. That doesn't help. I wish I could just drop in the interstellar tower and, like, direct upgrade. That would be nice. I'm just trying to look at what buildings are doing. Alright. I guess instead of doing the thing that makes more sense, I will do a different thing that makes slightly less sense. Which is... How do I want to do this? Alright, we're just gonna produce diamonds here. Because then I don't have to fly somewhere. I can just get it done. Somewhere that's not in the way, preferably. Where is not in the way? Almost anywhere, really. Many choices. Lots of options. This is like, leave that open so I can expand whatever that thing is. And just... we'll do it here. Right on the tropic line. Brilliant. What a great idea. It's a terrible idea. Why would you do that to yourself? How about not right on the tropic line? You know what? Screw it. Right on the tropic line. Here we go. You are going to need warpers. Do I not have warpers to give you? Wild? How do I resolve this problem? I would like to give you warpers. Maybe I should find a place to put you. Yes, that's fine. That is closer to warpers. Whoa. World of Zap, thank you for the raid. Much appreciated. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Zap and friends. Alright, I found warpers. And also a mass expanse of water that I don't want to have to paper over in order to build on. So that's irritating. Where are the warpers going? Because warpers are going places, right? Warpers are going over there, too. Neat. This is not a good place to hang out. I think I will just have the building request warpers. since the building is not doing much otherwise. That seems like a better solution to the problem. Everybody's raiding. Yo! How's it going, Mark Magus? Welcome. Mark Magus and friends. Thanks for coming by. Alright, I guess this doesn't change where I'm building the thing, though. We can continue building the thing here. Need foundation support. Okay, we can move the thing very slightly. The usual raid message I see. Hello, hello. Hey, Arid, hey, a red sail. I was gonna do something somewhat silly with that, but a red sail I think works out just fine. How you doing? Alright, requesting warpers locally. Local demand. Remote, don't do anything. Really don't need that many warpers, it turns out. We're gonna request Kimberlite, because somebody's got to. Hello? Where are my specialty ores? Am I blind? There it is. Request Kimberlite store diamonds. Remote demand. Sure, local supply. He decided to just embrace it. Fair enough. Alright, so the plan is I will have some number of smelters. How many smelters, actually? I guess however many smelters I have here producing diamonds, I should have a similar number of smelters there producing diamonds. And then just not produce diamonds here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16? 16. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16. 16. 16. Fine. Be that way. Well, it looks like it'll all build here, no problem. So that's great. In which case, let's get it set up. You are going to be making Kimberlite diamonds, advanced diamonds, the extra special diamonds, have they not arrived yet? They are in transit. Oh, and it's going to take actual years to bring them all over here. That makes a fair amount of sense. Oh, I didn't give you boats. You should have some of these and these. That'll fill up the rest of the Kimberlite. Great. And this goes down to, like, here, for the sake of argument. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15. And then also 16. Don't need to be holding the ore myself. You can have it. And now you're going to need power, huh? So greedy. No, you did just fine, Zap. Thanks for coming. Presumably you were also streaming some Dyson Sphere, which is a respectable decision. It is a decision I would respect. Were I in the business of respecting decisions? So is this good? I should maybe have ratioed this at least a little bit. Yeah, this is a lot of diamond output. Decision respector. Somebody's got to, you know? Now can they output? Certainly not. I think we might need to go the max. Might need to increase the thing. Now they can output. Look at him go! Go, diamonds, go! You're streaming Pokemon, but you do play Dyson Sphere. Fair enough. How's Pokemon going? Which Pokemon are you playing? I know that Pokemon games exist, but the last Pokemon game I played was Blue. So I'm not exactly, you know, up to date on the process, really. Alright, now we can have you stop requesting this stuff and start just requesting the actual diamonds. Look again. Your graphite is now diamonds. Is this gonna work? Is this the line? This is the line? This is the line? That'll work. Perfect. Arceus? Right on. Yeah, I've heard very good things about Arceus. Alright, so this can go. All of these can go. This can go. As can this. As can these, maybe? Everything is still powered? Everything is still powered. Fantastic. This is not... This is not... Oh, right. Yep. That would do it. There we go. Now diamonds is happening. Now we'll finally have lenses after entirely too long of not having lenses. Power fail? Where? Don't lie to me. Power is 100% satisfactory. Do they need more diamonds than they are receiving? This seems like an appropriate amount of diamonds. Maybe? Yep, this is an appropriate amount of diamonds. Dope. Along the line I'm in front of... Ooh. Fair point. Why are these not connecting? I swear, this worked before. Did this not work before? Oh, maybe it never worked. Maybe it always required adjustments. I'm kind of with you, Icarus. It's not necessary, is the thing. It can just all be slow belt, and that's probably fine. Bars of gold-pressed latinum. I'm pretty sure that's not a thing I can do in-game. So, you'll be waiting a while. But sure, I owe you 2 bars of gold-pressed latinum. And as soon as I have the ability to make those by hand, I'll get them to you. But, it might be a bit. Doing just fine here. Ooh, 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 ooh. I should be doing the thing. I could be doing the thing here. Yeah? Yeah. Yeah, let's do the thing. The thing that I set up the ability to do. Excuse me? Interest? Who do you think I am? No. I don't. You know what? Sure. Yeah. Interest. Whatever. Compounded daily. I don't care. You're never getting your money. I guess I need to delete this in order to make this work. Which means we need to add one more onto the end, because numbers matter. Alright, I would now like you to request a small amount of the good stuff. Local demand, remote storage. Can't help but notice that local demand is not doing anything when requesting the good stuff. Why is this not working? Well, I'll get it set up regardless. So at some point, this will be real good. Alright, where was my proliferator factory? And why is it not factorying the proliferator? No idea where this is. Here? Is this it? Nope, that sure is not it. What does it look like, a proliferator factory? Here it is! Just gotta go around the globe far enough. Alright, it is in fact factorying the proliferator. There's just not a lot of it. Really not a lot of it. Because I suppose I only have the one thing? I should maybe have more than the one thing? Well, given that I am using raw coal here, I should probably not be using graphite at all. We could just request diamonds anyway, right? How was the rest of Tunic? Tunic is fantastic. I've been having so much fun with Tunic. I really, really like it. Like, its mentality is just so right in my sweet spot for gaming and what I want from games. Like, the entire game is figuring stuff out. The combat maybe is pretty run-of-the-mill, but all of the rest of the game is just finding hidden secrets and figuring stuff out, which is so good. Alright, this just needs to be doing more of the thing. So please do more of the thing. And I am going to replace diamonds, actually. I think I like that plan. sure don't have enough room in my inventory for all this, graphite. You don't need that many diamonds. But you do need to be asking for diamonds. And I guess you can have some ships to do it with. Might as well. I'm gonna need to restock on ships too. Alright, where am I putting all this garbage? Energetic graphite. Some building out here wants graphite, yeah? Where is the graphite going? Maybe where is the graphite coming from? None of these things want graphite. Aha! I found one. Have some graphite. Excellent. Could put it in my engine? Excuse you. I could not put it in my engine, actually. I have a very refined palette, alright? I'm not going to screw it up by putting in raw graphite. I am just holding a lot of rocks, it's true. There's a lot of garbage in my inventory. Why am I still holding on to kimberlite ore? Oh, I know the answer to that one, actually. Well, whatever. Alright, now, this thing. One more. Behold, the proliferation. Did I end up getting the mall up and running? I did, actually. I have a mall. It is up and running. Alright, this is a little awkward. I suppose in a world where I was better prepared for this, the proliferator would be flying over the inputs, over the other inputs. But, it's fine. It is what it is. Alright, we have slightly more proliferator entering into the world now. Hopefully the place where I am using proliferator... Where else am I using this stuff? Somewhere. Yeah, speaking of mall... It is a tiny mall, but it is a mall. And I can request... I can just grab all of the things I need. Assuming I need more of the things. Which, you know, as it stands, I kind of don't really need more of the things. But if I did need more of the things, I know where to go. And also stone and titanium and other stuff are all here and grabbable via logistics. A convenience mart. Yes, it is a corner store. Alright. So we have slightly more proliferator entering into the world, using slightly less coal as a result. Is green running yet? Green is running a little bit more smoothly. We are very slightly less starved for green. Wouldn't say it's running smoothly, but we do have some amount of green. Yeah, I can't exactly say it's running smoothly. You gotta share a work story? Alright. Do what you gotta do, my friend. I'm going to allow it. Alright, these lens makers are all running. These lens makers are all running. Oh, I do need graphite for super magnets. Alright, so any graphite I use on diamonds is wasted. But I do need graphite for super magnets. Okay. Understood. So where is graphite coming from, anyway? Specimens that are frozen from other sites. Now, thermos and frozen gel packs. Yeah, not exactly a long-term solution, I agree. Can I replace this graphite? Just that graphite specifically, though. With diamonds. I think I can. I think I can, in fact, do exactly that thing. Went to put it in the -20 freezer. Found a box that you often see dry ice in. Okay, so is this where the idiocy happens? Because I am not actually sure about relative temperatures and whether or not this is problematic. Okay, so we need that. Make up, please. Oh. That's a big difference. Yes. Okay, that seems problematic. Wow. That is a perfect fit. Awesome. Alright, is this working or is this going to be a problem? This is a problem. Might be time to upgrade that thing. Sweet. I want you to request less diamonds so I can put my extra diamonds in you. Also take my garbage. Hey, it's getting proliferator. Fantastic. It's doing the thing. Aw, yeah. Look at all that ore getting proliferated. Beautiful. Y'all get hazardous chem training on what not to do with dry ice. Ooh, yeah, dry ice is painful. Dry ice is the real deal. I don't have any personal experience with dry ice problems, but I know that dry ice can definitely be a problem. Alright, looks like we're maybe okay now. These are not running. They are kind of running. They are a little bit running. They are sometimes, but not all the time, running. In which case, the answer is better belts. Better belts solve problems. Until they don't. And then more production solves problems. Those are your options. Better belts and or more production. Cool to work with, but needs a healthy amount of respect. That sounds about right. I have never tried to do the level of temperature engineering that you seem to be getting excited about, Cryptomancer. But that's very cool. It is a cool game that it has like such a physics sandbox that you can do that kind of stuff. Alright, lenses are now running in their entirety. It's apparently still not enough lenses? How many lenses did we actually need for this problem? Is that the problem? Just still not enough lenses? You're requesting lenses. Really don't need to be requesting that many lenses, I'll be honest with you. Like, 2,000 is probably a sufficiency of lenses. Did a run, succeeded at making liquid oxygen, and launched that rocket into the anomaly. Into the anomaly, okay. Oh, it's happening. Kind of. It's kind of happening. That's not a whole lot of happening. But maybe soon? Maybe soon happening? Where are these going? To here. Okay. It's definitely getting sent out. You get a little animation, that was it. That's too bad. That's rad, though. It's rad that you did it. I imagine it'll feel a little different with the new DLC, right? The Spaced Out DLC, where, like, everything is on little asteroids and you kind of need to connect the asteroids together via teleporters and spaceflight. All right, we could stand to be outputting more lenses than this. After parts of the base game had changed, but without the DLC itself. Okay, that makes sense. I think the DLC is pretty good. I don't know. The whole space flight thing always, to me, felt a little awkward and tough to manage. So once, like, even with the DLC, once I got too deep into spaceflight stuff, it was like I'm kind of losing interest because it's too fiddly. But I imagine for people who are into the problems that presents and solving those engineering issues, that spaced out with the DLC is going to be a better experience. Alright, is this working? For some value of working. We're not exactly doing it. But maybe with more lens manufacturers? What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12? A full electric company of graviton lenses? How much more room do I have here? Alright, I clearly need more brown chips. Give me more brown chips. Thank you. Yeah, now that it's released, I feel like I should go back to it and give it another shot. But I haven't decided when I am going to be excited about it. And frankly, I do have quite a few colony builders on my plate right now. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's how many I want right there. To right there. Beautiful. Can make that happen. Alright, make me some more lenses. Good. Good. Okay, more lenses are being made. I'm going to let this go for a little bit and take a quick break. So thanks for hanging out, folks. I'm going to give you some music while I'm gone. I will be back momentarily, as the screen says. But I'm going to go refill water. I'm going to stretch my legs. I'm going to go to the bathroom. And when I come back, we're going to keep doing logistics BS. Because, boy howdy, is that what this game is about. So, thanks for hanging out, and see you folks soon. Alright, thank you for your patience, folks. I am back. We're gonna keep this going. Continue doing science and logistics both. Let me pause the music and bring the game back up. Hello, hello. So, how are we doing now? Graphite remains a problem. Now strange matter is the problem for our poor lenses. Well, I did expand lens production, and the strange matter has to be carefully ratioed out, so I guess this makes some amount of sense. I guess it's time to add more strange matter production. Because all the strange matter production is producting, I believe. Does in fact look like it's all going. My god, this is a long line of strange matter. And it could stand to have yet more on it. These lines of material are totally full. Fascinating. Okay, well, I guess we gotta fix that. Found yet another thing to fix. Hooray! More to do. Always more to do. This is doing a thing, though. As is this. We might actually be okay anyway. Like, we might be fine on lenses at this point. We stick that at, like, 3K. We are, in fact, doing the thing, even if lens production is not through the roof. Okay. Well, great. Does that mean the science is flowing cleanly? Oh, absolute beauty. Ladies and gentlemen, the science is flowing cleanly again. Which I think means it's time to add another stack. But maybe that can wait until after I've started working on sales. So how are we doing on sale production? The science must flow. It's true. Like, Factorio is the factory must grow, and in Dyson Sphere, I think it's the science must flow. That's not true. Dyson Sphere is about expansion also. It's about taking over suns, right? Alright, sale production here is fine. And then I made extra sale production somewhere else, and I thought that was going fine. Yeah, the logistics towers are great, aren't they? I love them. All the little busy bee drones and vessels flying around, flitting around, moving, you know, the robot equivalent of flower nectar from place to place. It's great. It's the same thing in Factorio. Like, I love just, like, little independent robots flying around doing things. Like, yeah, good job, little robots. You could do it. Brings things to life. Yeah, right? Like, something other than you is moving around under its own motive power. It's like you got little friends helping you, making it happen. It's great. Alright, I think I am comfortable with where lenses are at. So let us take a look. let us take a look at sales. I had another thing making sales out here somewhere. Out here, I think. Ah, here specifically. Alright, we have 0 sales at home base. Okay. All sales immediately flowing out to the stars and getting used up, I think. As they should be, to be honest. Hello, Tiffany. I see you have changed your name. I agree. All sales are gone. Name a building after you. Can I? I guess I can. Hadn't thought about it. Can I name... What kinds of buildings can I name? I don't think I can name the Matrix Labs. Oh, we're running out of power? That's unacceptable. Hang on, I gotta fix this power thing. Previous name became unethical? I don't actually know. Like, unethical in terms of, like, you don't want to... There's people you don't want to support? Or unethical in terms of you're not actually streaming that thing anymore? Like, truth in advertising, unethical. Oh! Oh, I didn't know. Oh, that's awful. I'm so sorry to hear that. I enjoyed that game. Well, I guess time to not give them any more support. I mean, not like I was paying for their product anyway. But, like... I suppose if I can do my part in making it a dead game, I will. Alright, this is doing fine. Is it doing fine? This is maybe doing fine. We might actually need to ramp this up. But, we are going to need more stars. So let's make more stars. Here? Oh, I need to actually make more stars in order to make more stars. Got it. Dyson sphere, artificial star, go. I don't suppose I can pick these up from somewhere. Annihilation constraint sphere. Are there just annihilation constraint spheres lying around? Oh, there are. Good. Good. Wonderful. I'll just grab a few of these for personal reasons. There we go. And then I can put the rest back. Yeah, that is a shame. I wonder if they get metrics for uninstalls. Like, if I uninstall it, will they know? Actually, I want to make, like, 2 more of these here. Think they do? Okay, cool. Alright, there are now more stars. And also, I can obtain more black licorice here. And I should also find me some warpers, as we appear to be running low. That seems like a thing that is worth maybe looking into. They have metrics for logins, that makes sense. I mean, it seems like the kind of thing they should have metrics for. Alright, we have definitely started to use up more licorice here. Wondering why artificial suns when you have the Dyson sphere going well? It turns out it is actually more efficient to turn Dyson energy into anti-photons, or into whatever the hell these things are, antimatter? Critical photons? And then use those photons to make black licorice, and use that black licorice to feed artificial stars, than it is to just use the Dyson energy raw. I mean, it's quite possible that SBB was founded with the intent of having an exit strategy. And the point of it was not to sustain a player base long term, but to keep a player base interested enough that the company was going to get bought out. In which case, I guess good for them. But, yeah, I don't know. Is it easy to flip over if you get F'd by 0 power issues? Yeah. So all of these ray receivers can switch between power generation and photon generation relatively easily. It's just a matter of... I do have to do it manually. I have to go to each of the photon receivers and select the other button. But then they'll just switch back to power generation if I want. SBB is Storybook Brawl. Storybook Brawl is one of the many recent auto battlers, this one themed around fairy tales. Uh-oh. Alright, so we definitely need... this one is getting all of the photons it can handle. So, I guess we need another one of these bad boys in order to make this work. Which should go in this direction. But unfortunately, Planetary Logistics Tower. Which I suppose means I need to move this logistics tower. Go to here, and that should be alright. Should cover it. One space further over on all of those. Lack of item. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's fixable. And this almost assuredly means that we need more photon generators. So let's add more photon generators to the mix. Yet another reason to become a full-time Yu-Gi-Oh! Streamer. But what about Chandalar? Is my tower dark now? No, my tower is lit up with the power of the stars. As much as I would love this to be a Stephen King stream, it is instead a Dyson Sphere stream. Stephen King problematic? Everybody's problematic these days. Oh, yeah, yeah, it should probably have power. I should have given it power, that's accurate. That might have been a good idea. Can you ever truly beat Chandalar, though? Do I have vessels? I do have vessels. Alright, let's go get some more vessels also, because that's a thing I need. That was near the mall, but not at the mall. Those are in boxes. I actually have to go someplace in order to pick those up. I gotta find where the mall is. Wait, I'm on the wrong side of the solar belt. It's over here somewhere. It's... here? Here. Here? Aha! Yep. Directly north of the mall. Mini mall, I suppose. I mean, Boomer Magic was the same way until people realized combos existed. It took until, like, Urza's Saga for things to go completely off the rails. But yeah, since then, they have doubled down, or rather refocused on slamming big monsters into each other. Those monsters are very rarely vanilla, but that is where they are now. I understand that Yu-Gi-Oh! Now is what everybody thinks Vintage should be, which is hilarious. Historically, the first deck to play something before turn 4. I'm not saying that Ice Age tournaments were all Battleship Magic. I'm just saying they were still pretty much playing fair decks. And then Combo Summer happened. Well, can we really say any deck featuring Necropotence is a fair deck? Might have to revisit some of those earlier tournaments. Make sure I know what I'm talking about when I say things. What am I doing? What am I looking for? What's happening here? Power's doing okay barely. I gotta make sure that power continues to do okay. That's the thing I need to do. Is power continuing to do okay? Answer: maybe a little, but not a lot. Alright, let's throw in some extra photons. It is now more photon time. You make photons, you make photons, you make photons. All the stars are still lit, though. The problem is just that this is running full tilt, and this is sometimes not running. But the stars are all lit, so I guess it's okay. I mean, it's just like, you move from the days of Dark Ritual, Sengir Vampire, to the days of Dark Ritual, Hypnotic Spectre, and Dark Ritual, Hymn to Turok pretty quickly. But that's still, like, that's still fair adjacent, right? That's not Illusions Donate. Double Dark Ritual, Necropotent something else is some heinous shenanigans, freely admitted. That should not be allowed, and in fact, very quickly was not allowed, I don't think. Why did this strength reduce? Because of when I changed it? Ooh. Wait. If they're getting low strength, that means that they're not receiving sunlight sometimes, right? Or maybe I only put them down relatively recently? Is this dropping? This was at 80. What's happening here? It's not like there's not Dyson Sphere power to spare, right? 12.8. Don't understand what's happening here. Agreed about Negator, though. Negator is a horrifically unfair card. Alright, this is probably fine. Whatever's happening here is probably fine. Can't print that with Necropotence. That's very funny. Yeah, that sounds about right, actually. I guess that was when they just finally figured out that maybe ban lists needed to exist. Took way longer than they're proud of to realize they can stop printing Necropotence. Yeah. That sounds about right. Alright, I think my power woes are at the very least stabilized. If not exactly solved. I'm gonna need to do more of this in order to solve my power problems. But for now, they are less problematic. Which means I can go back to worrying about whatever the hell I was worrying about before. Which was... sales! I was worried about sales! Okay, back to worrying about sales, yes. I now remember what it was I was having anxiety about before. Okay, great. That's wonderful. That's a good thing that has happened here, probably. Where are my sales being produced? Let's go look at sales. Make sure that sales are doing sale things that they're supposed to be doing. I believe we are printing all the sales we can print. And they're just getting used up as fast as they get printed. Because this is at a flat 0 here. And the other sale provider is at a flat 0. But the other sale provider is more scalable than this one. So let's just scale that one. Now, where was I doing that thing? Yeah, I feel like this game, way more than Factorio, I spend a lot of time going, where did I put the X factory? Here we go. Oh, these aren't even producing. Why are they not producing? What are you missing? You're missing rainbows. Why am I missing rainbows? Because I am missing triangles? Am I actually missing triangles? I'm actually missing triangles. Do I not have enough stone? I just flat don't have enough stone. Stoneless. I need a tower demanding stone. Because the stone here is about to run out. So this tower demanding other things, or supplying other things, I suppose, is fine. But it also needs to demand stone. So that my poor, starved glassmaker can have stone. Both need better ways to figure out what is being made where, right? I just, like, even if it's not for a search function for being produced, I really think Dyson Sphere needs a logistics map. Like, I need to go to a view like this and be able to see at a glance what towers are doing. Or have, like, a readout that shows me tower and the product it's holding, and let me click on it and it'll zoom to it. Like, I need something to aid with this process. This is absolutely the biggest quality of life failure that this game has going on. Maybe I'll help here. Covering 0 veins. Okay. Maybe I'll also help here. Wait, there's literally veins that don't have coverage here. Alright, fix that at least. We should still, though, do the thing with the tower that I said about the tower. Do I have stone being produced off-planet? I think we are mining stone off-planet. I'm not sure if we are requesting stone off-planet. Local planet is consuming more stone than it's producing, so something somewhere is requesting stone. Good enough. That means if this requests stone, it'll work. Good. That's what I like to see. I like it when things work. Which means I want this doing this. And this. So that we can have this. producing more stone. Great. That should help things. Oh, in multiplayer that gets a lot worse, yeah. Especially, I can understand that. Like, if you aren't the person responsible for setting up some of the factories, then it's like, how the hell do I know where anything is being made? Alright. Stone now very slightly less a problem. Maybe entirely less a problem. Looking like entirely less a problem. So that's good. So this has gone back to actually producing full-time, which is fantastic news. What planet is this being made on? Oh no. Wait, planet? Is there multiplayer Dyson Sphere? Have people modded this for multiplayer? Oh, SpaceX mod. Sure. Well, I hadn't even thought about that. I've not gotten that deep into SpaceX. I didn't even know you actually got separate maps with it. That's fascinating. Alright, this is now doing more thing. But more thing is not sufficient thing. So let's work on getting closer to sufficient, shall we? This is pretty well ratioed out, isn't it? As long as it's getting enough glass. Which it most assuredly is not. Fly around in a spaceship you made? That's dope. It is getting some glass. Difficult to say if that is sufficient glass. Looks like it is sufficient for our purposes. I wonder if that was ratioed out too. I'm willing to believe that I made intelligent decisions when deciding how much glass to make. Because this looks pretty close to perfect. But this does mean that if I want to expand this row, I need to expand this row and these. So this ain't easy. I think that means I need a blueprint. Alright, it's time to make a sail manufacture blueprint. Is this the ratio? 18 smelters, and then whatever's going on over here. Quite plausibly. Is there a way to do this so it is more... maybe not aesthetically pleasing, but more stampable? Yeah, the second level of Forge is probably worth it. I mean, it definitely reduces the requirements, right? It doubles the speed. But they are a pain to create, for sure. Wow. They actually need unipolar magnets? You gotta have magnets in order to make this work? I'm not going out and finding magnets. I don't care. That's a lot to work from. I think I am skipping the second level smelters. So whatever I'm stamping requires me to be able to support all of this. In a way that is more stampable than what I have going on. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 9 rainbows, 6 prisms, and a full electric company of sails. Yeah, I don't think I've actually seen them on any of the planets I've been on, Kellerman. So I would have to go out deliberately looking for them. Oh my god, the yellow has stopped. Why has the yellow stopped? Oh, the yellow has stopped because I have overproduced yellow. Well, fair enough. Fair enough. Why, Icarus? I don't know what you could be talking about. All right. So this does conveniently split up into 6s, except for the prisms. And also I'm not making Mark 3s. Yeah, this is just not a thing we're doing. I have found a level of efficiency I am comfortable with, and not bothering to engineer better levels of efficiency. I wonder if this gets better if I start doing replication, or proliferation rather. With the level of proliferator we have access to, this would be producing 25% as much. So would proliferated rainbows support a full stack? If I need 9, I gotta do math. Because this is 1 rainbow every 4 seconds. So 12 of these is 1.3 rainbows a second. Because one of these is a rainbow every 3 seconds. Wait a minute. If this is 1 every 4 seconds, then 4 of these is 1 a second. So 12 of these is 3 a second. And 3 of these is 1 a second. So 9 of these is 3 a second, which is what I needed to get to. But if it's proliferating, then it's producing 25% extra? So instead of 3 of these being 1 a second, 3 of these would be 1.25 a second? Doesn't divide cleanly. For every 4 of these in the thing, I could get rid of an extra assembler. Which means I could go from 9 to 8. That doesn't help out too much, does it? Like, it's probably still worth it to do. It's just not helpful for the purposes of ratios. Just double everything. I mean, fair. The plan is to figure out a something stampable, right? Like something that is set up in a way that is a little bit more aesthetically pleasing and doesn't take up a bunch of extra space. Like what I have done over here for yellow. Like, this is a yellow science build. And if I want another yellow science a second, I just take the yellow blueprint and stamp another one of these. And this is set up in such a way that I could even, like, stamp it off of itself, right? So I could just rotate it and stamp again off of the same tower. So I want to do something like that for this. But that's going to be a lot messier. I mean, I could just, you know, there's 6 triangle producers, add another 6 triangle producers. There's 9 rainbow producers, add another 9 rainbow producers. There's 12 sail producers, add another 12 sail producers. I could absolutely do that. I would need to make sure I also add more glass. Can you stack them? You can't stack assemblers. The things that you can stack are storage and science, specifically. Everything else is unstackable. I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this. So it could be something like 6, 6, 6. And I could have stone and stone and glass and glass. Rows of 3. It's true. And then also the glass, which is 6 rows of 3. I think I'm still going to do it as 6s, and then just the prisms are going to be awkward, and that will be okay. That feels more manageable to me. Or actually, I'll do it as 6s, and then the prisms across for the space that the tower is going to be taking up. If you doubled 6s, it would work. That's true. The thing is, I still have to feed from a 6 to the next thing. But yeah, I can do that, and then... Why do smelters take up so much less space? Aren't they both 3x3? Are smelters somehow, like, less 3x3 than assemblers? So weird. Like, if I delete this and try to just put an assembler in its spot, it works. But then there's not enough room for another assembler in between the assemblers. This is silly. This is extremely silly. I guess arc smelters are 2x2, huh? I guess they just always read as 3x3 because that's how they take up space. Although now that I look at how they're sitting here, they kind of take up 4x4. Except things can be, like, butted up against them. And then assemblers are just actually bigger. Fascinating. I don't think I ever tried to compare them side by side to see what the actual size differences are, but there are actual size differences. Fascinating. Okay. What am I doing with this now that I have this information? Am I still doing this thing the way that I feel like would be clean and helpful to do? Or am I just doubling production? Two, three, four, five, six goes to here. Which is... honestly, that about covers the tower space anyway? Fascinating. So these only need stone. These need what? Triangles and green circuits. And these need prisms and graphene. Would it work better to make smaller units to duplicate? Maybe. I hadn't thought about that, but probably. Yeah, kids, I could definitely scale down in that way. Cut it all by a third just for the purpose of making something that I can stamp. A 6, 2, 3, 4 or 12, 4, 6, 8. It's an interesting idea. There's something that, like, works well for me. Like, I get the serotonin fuzzies by having a blueprint that just stamps down an extra sale a second. But it might be cleaner to build if I do it in smaller bits. I don't know. Not exactly sure how I want to do it. Maybe start from the end product and see where that gets me. Start from however many sales I want, and then build everything backwards in a way that is hopefully clean. Also, I am going to need a lot more foundation. Categorically. This is why I'm carrying rocks around, by the way. Is so I can have foundation if I need it. Maybe the answer is just carry foundation around. No way. Too sensible. Then I wouldn't be able to carry rocks. Alright, if I had... How do I want to do this? This is gonna be long. So what if I start with this? One, two, three. Is this how I want this to work? This might be kind of what I'm looking for. You know what? I'm going to do this somewhere where I don't have to worry about water. Somewhere where there's less ocean. And then I can come back and just stamp the blueprint once I'm done. Thunk. All right. Let's find myself a spot that is a little less dangerous for the purposes of tropic lines. I think this is actually fine. I think I want to do something like this. Sail needs access to 3 lines. But doesn't need to be particularly attentive about how easy it is to input stuff. Output maybe, since it needs to output at least 1 every 2 seconds. But input can be very slow, as long as the materials are there. So, like, this could actually be... like this... and then this can be output, and then this can be the other input. And then this can be... 0.5 is fine. 0.75 is fine. And then something similar on the other side. Requires it to be offset in order to work. Very slightly offset. But it does work. And the input can be rainbows here. And then this can go out to the tower, because this is the output. And this can be the graphene input from the tower. So now I have to put in 9 assemblers of rainbows. And I think this actually works out. I'm out of graphene. I'm out of graphene and I hate it. I wish I was in a place where I had picked up more graphene. Okay. It's a shame this game doesn't let you place ghosts. Getting more graphene. Hang tight, planet. I'll be back in a bit. Were you trying to paste something that had, like, formatting? I don't think Twitch chat does formatting. Ooh, that gravity pull. Almost got me. Alright, where do I find graphene? If I wanted a stack of graphene to just put in my inventory. There's graphene. Kind of. Not a lot of it. It's problematic. I'm going to need to up my graphene production, aren't I? This is my graphene supply. Ladies and gentlemen, the graphene supply, it is here. And it is poor. Welp, time to add some more graphene generation. I was hoping new lines would do it. Don't worry about it. Oh, I kind of see what you're trying to do, though, right? With, like, the ones curving around. I get it. I get it. I was kind of thinking about doing something like that, and then changed my mind a little bit. Anyway, just give me this. Give me... Oh boy. Give me this again. And, I gotta come back and fix graphene when I'm done here. Yeah, it doesn't... You can't paste, like, code block messages. You could do, like, a code block thing in the Discord if you wanted. I should really have, like, a channel for, you know, builds or whatever. Because I know Cryptomancer would post stuff there very frequently. Post it like Wordle squares, nice. I mean, you could use that formatting. You could use those emotes for formatting. It's not the worst idea. Do I have everything I need? Can I? How many more of these can I make right now? Will that do? 24 of these? That'll do. Sure hope I have everything else I need, he said without bothering to check. Modern problems require modern solutions. What a phrase. Alright, where was I building now? There. Oh, nice and close. Just needed to go looking for it. So this is... from the rainbows. If it's on the floor, at least it can't fall any further. Wow. This is from rainbows. And we're going to need from tower. One, two, three, four, 5. 3, 4, 5. So this is going to be my rainbow output. Oh, I guess I could be getting optical grading crystals. And that would streamline this to not need stone. Am I getting optical grading crystals? Alright. Entire star cluster. Past 10 hours. Do optical grading crystals exist? No. No, they do not. They kind of exist. 133k, 30k used? When am I using them? Okay, so I have been using them on Elbereth. Are you saying that once it's on the floor it can fall further, Bitmaven? Horrifying. There is no bottom. It just gets worse all the time. Alright, it sounds like I do have optical grading crystal production. We're just not using a lot of it. I wonder where I am using it. If that's the case, then we could just use optical grading crystals here. And I don't have to worry about stone at all. Oh, that's beautiful. So then that's 2 things coming in from the tower. How much of this... what's the pacing on this? 1 every 3 seconds. That's fine. And the output is the same, right? 1 every 3 seconds? Great. So then we could do kind of the same thing we're doing here. Where we have the output. The output is going to be on this edge this time, I think. In order to allow for inputs to work. Right? In from the tower. Out to the tower. In from the tower. In from the tower. So now we have out. Let's do that the other way, actually. This is 1 every 2 seconds, and this needs 1 every 3 seconds? Perfect. And then I can't just flip this, unfortunately, because then they will be wrong directional. But I can do that. And then we have input, input, output. So this works. It just needs, it needs electricity also. So maybe this doesn't work. Oh, it does work. Are you kidding me? Why does this work? This is crazy. How is this allowed? All right. Well, if it's gonna let me do it, it's great. There's actually exactly one thing that doesn't have power right now, which means brilliant. Well, I'm surprised this worked. And then I can literally plant the tower like here, or move this down and plant the tower here. Probably move this down a bit further, actually. And then plant the tower here. Oh, that feels really good. That feels really good. I can work with this. This is gonna bug me forever. So I will add extra that don't do anything, just so it doesn't bother me. I don't need the smelters at all, because instead of taking in triangles, I'm taking in a raw ingredient. This does need to be adjusted, though. In order to make room here for the tower. So let's figure out how much room I need up here for the tower. And then reposition this based on that. This is the closest I can get that, so the tower is going to be out a little bit to the side, but that's probably okay. Does this work if I put it down one more? That collides. Oh, that collides. We'd have to do it from here. Like that. Well, that's not the worst. Now we're looking at something like this, maybe? And then this one specifically, I have to rearrange things a little bit in order to make work. So this is receive sales. This is demand crystals. Demand green chips. Green chips. And demand graphene. Hey, Inkling, how's it going? So it is... You are asking for graphene. So we're putting out graphene here. We're taking in sales here. That's outputting rainbows. This is putting out crystals. And this is putting out green chips, I guess? And everything is powered that needs power except for the tower. And now the tower is also powered? But was the tower already powered? No, the tower was not already powered. Alright, we did a thing. I can work with this. I am not uncomfortable with this as a build. I have one without connections. Which one without connections? Oh, the top one still needs to be fixed. Yes. Thank you. Why does that not work? Yes, I did hear that you got the cats down. Congratulations. That must have been a trial. Because of the bends. It can't pull directly off of the bends. Well, that's irritating. I guess that means this needs to drop a little bit, but there's still extra room here. So that's actually fine. If I drop all of it, can I pull the tower closer in? No, because I still need this space here. And I still need this space up here. This is literally the closest in the tower can get. Maybe I could drop it a little bit more and have this thing go further down so the tower could be over one more space. That's a thought, actually. The tower would need to be over 2 more spaces. Which means this would need to be here. And then we've got crystals, we got green chips. The tower is now already powered because of proximity, so that's cool. I think I still want it this way. Whoa, ho, ho, ho. That's fascinating. Tower sure made decisions. 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Oh, and then this even lines up, too. If I build them from the bottom up, how much room do I have to play with? This would have to be not there, actually. Would have to be one higher. 2, 3, 4. That exactly lines up. I have literal 0 room to play with. I guess with a 4 I could put it down further by 1. But it doesn't need to go down any further, because now it is in line with what I'm doing here. And I'm not really interested in having this go out and then drop it down, because then these will be... Like, I'm happier with the straight things than a little bit of extra saved space. So that'll be... graphene. And then we need to adjust something here. Ah, that doesn't quite work. Okay. The power isn't quite as good to line up. Because this doesn't feed power to that one. But it's pretty good. But there is room to put, like, a tower out here, and then also a tower here. And I don't mind that either. And that, ladies and gentlemen, looks to be a solar sail build. Very cool. And then we've got some extra space, so it should request warpers, so I can do this anywhere. This is demand, demand. This is demand. This is demand. This is demand. And this is supply. And I guess as long as this gets warpers and vessels, I could just leave this here and it'll work. have some vessels. And some power. Can the zig there and the conveyor move over by 1? Which zig? There's a lot of conveyors. You're talking about this? There is actually enough room here for this to go up there. Yeah, that does work. Why is this not working now? It was working before. It works if I build the curve afterwards. Cool. Cool. How is power doing on this planet? A-okay. No problems for power. Cool. Then I'm just gonna leave this bad boy here. And save it. Can't use slashes? How have I been... Can I use slashes here? Now I have to get crystals. I think the crystals are already being mined. I have to find out where, and I have to double check that. But I think it's already providing. You always end up thinking when watching me, I'm my deepest sympathies. I understand that's not necessarily what people are going for when they show up here. But I'm always glad to have people engaged, so. Works out pretty well. Alright, I'm just gonna save this. And I'm trying to figure out... Ah, this was how I was doing it. Okay, so in that case, this needs to be, that's 2-1? No, that's 2-2. Signals. Thumbnail text is sales. Save changes. I have these saved as CPS, cubes per second, because I can't just do 2/s, because the file path can't include slashes. But this works. Blueprint prescription requires optical grating crystals. Very cool, very cool. Very cool. Well done, everybody. Excellent. Excellent. I feel good about this. This is good. Okay, is it doing the thing? Ah, it's doing the thing. See? They do exist. They are real. I don't need to worry about it. How do you make the blueprint? I don't think I understand the question. So I just go with, if you do Control C, it goes into the blueprint mode. You can click, like actually click, right? Not click and hold, but just click down and back up, and then drag out what you want it to cover, and then click again. And then it brings up and then you have this screen. It shows you how many components are in there. If there's things that you don't want them to be there, you can right click them out, etc., etc. What part is giving you problems, Kellerman? Oh, that was the part that was giving you problems. All right, well, problem solved, I guess. Yeah, I ran into that a bunch, too, in the beginning until I realized it actually didn't want me to hold. It just wanted me to click the once. And then click again when I was done. I don't know why it wants that. I guess it's so that you can move around and kind of figure out what it's covering while you're clicking. But it's weird, for sure. And then once it clears a sufficient storage point, a distant tower will request my sails. And the sails will go. Alright, so now the next question is... paste. If I want to do this again, I can't do it here because of the tropic line. Can I do it like this? Where do I want to put this? I want to put this here. Alright, what am I missing to make this work? I don't have the graphene. Okay. I can steal the graphene. That's fine. I do need another interstellar to make this work. It's also fine. I'm surprised it took this long, Kellerman. I would have thought that would be day one DLC. Ah, ha, ha. Here we go. Here's the BS. If I turn it, it doesn't actually supply electricity the way I want it to. Ah, that feel when your blueprints are no longer the same when you rotate them. Next question, can I fix this? No, I cannot. Yeah, I can now see that this is either powering the bottom left one or powering the top right one, but not both. It might still be okay. Like, we might still be able to make this work. I just have to be careful with how I'm positioning stuff. Wholesale rearranging of the Tesla towers, but it does still work. Alright, now this needs to be connected to something else that is providing power. Now if I rotate that back, well, I'm not gonna blueprint it again to test it. I don't have the materials in hand to do that. I guess I could just pick it up and rotate it, but I'm just gonna leave it as is. Replacing a blueprint is so awkward. Where is the nearest source of power? Here. Guess that doesn't really need local drones, does it? Alright, where the hell are these optical grading crystals coming from? We should make sure that that is working out okay. No opticals there. Monoceratops, maybe. TV Geminorium, maybe. I see ships going to TV Geminorium. And I don't see ships traveling back and forth from Monoceratops. So I'm going to have to assume that it is Geminorum and not Monoceratops. What do I even have out here? Have I actually built anything out here? I must have, otherwise it wouldn't show me the label. What did I do here? Is it sulfuric acid? I have a better way of telling this, actually. Monoceratops system. Total. Oh, I am getting grading crystals from there. Okay. And TV Geminorum? I'm also getting grading crystals from there. Ooh, I'm doing both. Wow. I love this. Produced 2 splitters on this world. Like, I very clearly was walking around here doing stuff. I consumed these materials and handmade splitters, and that counts as production or consumption on that system. Yep. Sure. But okay, that means I am creating optical grading crystals in both places. really don't need them. Keeping my logistics drones. And then this should go at 2,000? Is that my expectation? When does this go? How big are logistics vessels at this point? I think it's 2,000. So I would expect this to go at 2,000. I'll sit here and wait for it to tick up to 2,000 so I can watch a space logistics vessel leave. Look at that number climb, baby. That's production. You're looking at production. I think that's good. It's probably good. It's sufficient. Now, does it fly from here or is it requested? It just flies. There it goes. Look at that logistics vessel fly. Wasn't that one. It was something else. Anyway, I can't actually see it from here because planet. But that's fine. Also, please take my optical grading crystals. I don't need to be holding on to those. You can have them. You can have them. I also don't need to be holding on to these diamonds, but we should go back home in order to dump those. Alright. I am now using my Exo Forge for something other than mining. Fantastic. Freely admitted, I did not expect this turn of events. Alright, how are we doing on resources, actually? Do I need to be, working harder on some of these? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's not ideal. I did say something about fixing graphene. Yeah, we should go back and fix graphene. Although, interestingly enough, graphene can be anywhere because graphene is entirely reliant on fire ice at this point. Oh, I need to do something with the hydrogen output, though, so I guess it should still be on home base. All right, back to home. Let's fix graphene. And by fix, I mean produce more of. Straight through the sun. I've never actually flown through the sun. What happens if I fly through the sun? Do I die? Does it let me? I'm scared. I think I'm going to not pursue this course of experiments any further. I definitely just buzzed the sun, though. That was like sun platform levels of saying hello to solar power. Oh god. Just happened. Please don't do that to me ever again. It was the game loading stuff in and freezing my inputs at exactly the wrong time for me to do something that requires a course correction. Thanks, game. This is my own problem. My computer's not powerful enough to handle this game. Alright, so what we need to do is get more fire ice and like we need to do this again, but more. What is stopping me from just tacking on another 12 of these? I guess I have to upgrade this belt in order to do that. Skipped off the atmosphere. That doesn't seem real. Yeah, power problems definitely compound with each other. I'm at the point where dealing with power problems is a relatively simple process because the production of power is abundant. I just need to make sure it's being processed correctly and sent to my base correctly. So it's not like the thing that is making power will stop making power, leaving me at low power for a million years until I kickstart it somehow. Like, I just need to have the right filters in place to make sure the power is getting to where it needs to go. Thank you, Dyson spheres. Alright, so here's the question. The question at hand. Chemical plants. Can I just make 6 more chemical plants? I can, in fact, just make 6 more chemical plants. And tack them on here. In theory, yes. I might need some foundations in order to make this work. So that line there lines up with this. Here, one up, one further up, here. I'm just going to deal with this immediately. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Did I not just make 6? Am I still in the process of... Huh? I have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, what the hell? And these are positioned in such a way that I can put the towers in between them, which is my favorite thing in this game. That I can position them as close to each other as possible, and still have room for towers between them, so I don't have to put towers on the outside of the belts, or make belts do weird things to dodge towers. Alright, and then I think we need to upgrade this belt in order to make this work. But then it should work. And voila! More graphene. Very slightly more graphene. Maybe a correct amount of more graphene? I don't actually know how much more graphene we need. Alright, how badly does this stock up before it empties? that is not outputting fast enough. That's maybe outputting fast enough. Alright, that looks stable. Cool. Apparently a lot more belt than I needed. Is anything starved for graphene now? Like, we appear to be bottomed out in terms of supply. But is anything actually starved for graphene? I feel like the answer is no. I feel like everything is working the way it should. The science is packed full, which is my favorite thing ever. Which might mean that it's time to do more things with science. This does look like it could stand to have more white fed to it. So we could maybe do another stack of these and just stamp down additional creators? I'll save that for a future problem. Let's not deal with that immediately. I'm still trying to figure out my existing logistics bottlenecks without creating more. So let's see. What time is it? 5:30? Alright, so we are getting kind of close to stream end. I should start doing the wrap-up tour and make sure that things are doing what they're supposed to be doing. How bad off are we for graphite now? Now that I have somewhat altered my diamond production process. Graphite is maybe okay? Ah, we're overloaded on engines. Cool. Yeah, graphite's okay. Graphite is just fine. This thing is making ray receivers. Give me the ray receivers. Please continue making ray receivers. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. This thing is... What are you doing, actually? 3 full accumulators. And what does this need in order to function? It needs iron. Generally, I want this to be 20 full accumulators. How much more iron do you need in order to make me 20 full accumulators? If I do this, what happens? 6 per. So I just added another 20? I think I just added another 20. 60 is 10, 120 is... Yeah, okay. I think I added another 21, actually. Is that right? I have no idea how many that is. This is working on... This is charging. It has nothing to charge. Now it has something to charge. Zoop. Excellent. So I need 54. 47. 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. That should be 20. Which means I could make 5 more orbital collectors from this. right? If I need more deuterium, how does that work? No, I can make one more orbital collector from this. Oh boy. Alright, well, so be it. It'll figure itself out. I'm not touching it. And I think deuterium is fine as it stands, so I don't need to worry about it. We are doing some fractionating. I'm pretty happy with how the fractionators turned out. This is pretty good. And if I look at deuterium, we are high on deuterium and hydrogen. We're high on everything. And I've got fire ice in my inventory for some godforsaken reason. Can I fix this? Yes. Please take. Please? Thank you. I'm going to actually dunk this down to 9k so that this has room for me to put extra fire ice in there should I need to get rid of fire ice from my inventory. I don't need to be holding on to diamonds. So wherever I am requesting diamonds, which was here, which was here, take my diamonds. Alright. Actually have some space in my inventory now. Would never have expected this to have occurred. So let's fill it up with solar panels. And let's go check on the vanity project. I think things are doing okay here. To the rocket throne. Ooh, did I get warpers? I didn't get warpers, did I? I'll have to steal them from the tower here. I think I can do that. I just gotta remember to do it. Stuff's being launched, that's a good sign. Things appear to be working. What a great time to autosave. Ah, look at him go! Shoot them sails, buddy. We are requesting sails. Sails are looking good. Gonna take some of these warpers for personal use. Thank you. The one ray receiver sitting in the middle here. Great. Making silicon? Apparently we're making silicon. Wild. I guess this happened before I learned about big miners. Fine, no problems. And the vanity project looks like it's coming along swimmingly. Yeah, look at him go. Look at him go. I guess I can see stats here now. That's neat. And can I see how close it is to... Here we go. Solar sails in total. Nodes in total planned. I believe the nodes are done. But this doesn't tell me how many more sails are needed to fill out the shells, does it? This is probably tanking my bitrate. The, like, very fine detail here. I apologize. $22 gigawatts of production? What a shell. Dang. How? This is this feels like it's very inefficient, but okay, if you say so. Well, it's definitely proceeding, so that's good. That's good. Is there anything I need to do here? I don't think so. I mean, yeah, I could just add more sail ejectors. Could always add more sail ejectors. The problem is figuring out where to add more sail ejectors. That's always the problem. And to be honest, as long as it's going, I kind of don't care. It's not like... it's a vanity project. It's not a high priority for me. The real important next step is making sure that Bela Lugosi is getting sails. So I think that's the next thing we're doing, is getting ejectors set up on Bela Lugosi and start finishing out that that shell. Making sure that they have power. We got some ejectors. Sure, let's go spend the rest of the amount of time that we have here filling out Bela Lugosi. And then we'll call it a night. I mean, we did just add more sail producers. So I guess we're in a good place to try adding more sail consumers. Out to the far reaches of the galaxy, the edge of known space, Bela Lugosi. Go into one. Yep, this is the spot. And I really don't need to be targeting the actual star for my navigation. Thank you. Rockets firing. Do we actually have enough power now? Did it work? Still not quite enough power. But it's starting to get there. And I did bring more. Alright, this is no longer requesting more than it can handle from the Dyson sphere. So we can, in fact, just drop a few more of these. And not feel bad about that at all. Yeah, this is already producing ridiculous amounts. Good job, Star Luminosity. Sorry, Lumination. Lumination. That's definitely a real word. I don't think any of these shell swatches, triangles, are ready to start accepting sales. But we do have at least one finished node, right? Almost finished. Delivering 5. Okay. Oh, delivering 5, but constructed 731. Almost finished. So we can start... I think we could start getting sail delivery, etc., etc. I did bring more of these for exactly this purpose. So I might as well finish filling this out as well. Like, what the hell else am I gonna do with these solar panels, honestly? Are there black holes in this game? There are, in fact. Once I have a decent setup on Bela Lugosi, the black hole is my next project. I want to build a Dyson shell around the black hole. Not because I think it'll be productive, but just because. How's Kimberlite doing? Still got millions of Kimberlite? That's what I like to see. Millions of Kimberlite. That's so many diamonds? How thrilling. That is supposed to be a real thing? I mean, it's got like... So you can see numbers for how productive a given star is going to be, right? And it's based on the star type. So like this is a G-type star. It's got a luminosity of 1.016. The star I started at was also pretty close to 1. The O, which is the most luminous, has 2.5. So your Dyson shell is that much better, producing that much more energy for the same amount of material invested. But if you look at the black hole, that's the neutron star. Where's the black hole? The final frontier. It's got a luminosity of 0.17. So it's not gonna be giving you much. It does, however, have those unipolar magnets, which we've been looking for. And I think that may only be available at the black hole. There's other energy coming off a black hole besides luminance. I believe you, but I don't think this game has a way of tracking that or benefiting you. Like, we're not doing energy farming off of gravity or whatever. There's unipolar magnets over here at the neutron star too. Hawking radiation? My dude, do you see Hawking radiation on this list? I have no idea. I have no idea. I think that is not something that is in the game. I believe you, but I think that's not something that's in the game. Button Willow McKittrick. I don't think I named that. That's a pretty good name for a star, though. I think the black hole and the neutron star are the only places that we can find unipolar magnets. So that might be a thing that we go out there for anyway at some point. Caps lock Y. Stellaris lets you construct shells that are mineral extractors. Yeah, we're not strip mining planets. We're not like consuming entire planets whole to feed our factory. Neat as that would be. Alright, so the next thing to do here is figure out where I am setting up a Dyson orbit such that I can set up ejectors that are able to target it nonstop. Oh, around black holes? How do you extract minerals from black holes? That's fascinating. This planet is tidally locked. Matter compressor. Wild. So once I have a place that I know can hit an orbit, I don't have to rearrange. Like, I just know that that ejector is always going to be able to hit that orbit. So that's what I'm working on. I think I want it on the, like, further out, though. Like, I want a Dyson swarm orbit that is further out from my planet here, so that I can put the ejectors on the dark side. can't point straight up, so equatorial placement isn't an option. Yeah. I'd have to figure out a location. And even then, there's like an orbit, right? So I have to... I wonder if that means I have to put the inclination at like straight 0 so that the ejectors... The orbit of the planet lines up with the the position of the shell, the swarm orbit. Let's see if this works. Alright, if I drop an ejector here... have it target that orbit, and then provide it power. That's the other thing. Needs power. Instead of doing math, we're going to do what's called trial and error. Hopefully less error than trial. But we shall see. Lack of solar sail. Target pitch, target yaw. Is that okay? I don't have any solar sails on me. Problematic. This is power. Yes, this is power. But also, I'm like trying to watch these numbers and see how much they alter. Actually, can I set an alert on this? I don't think I can. I wish I could set an alert on the ejector to know when it wasn't firing. But that is a bright star. This is asking for sails, so we have sails locally. Which means I can just run a regular tower. If I could build a regular tower, which I can't. Supernova time! It is a very bright star. Alright, apparently I was a dummy and did not come with the necessary ingredients to make the thing. But that's okay, I brought belts, so we're gonna use belts instead of logistics. I don't think I have enough belts for this either, but here we go. How dare you? No, I mean, it's as meaningful, not in the sense of, like, morally wrong exploitative, but, like, exploiting for its resources. Like, that's actually what we're doing. Like, we do everything in this game. Everything in this game is exploitative. Oh! If I'm missing the X, that is a typo. Yes. Good job. Good job, me. Proud of me. Always proud of me. Does this let me place one closer if I do it on this side? Yes. All right. The pitch angle has changed and the yaw angle has changed, but yaw is fine. It can yaw as much as it wants. The pitch angle has not changed drastically here. But I can see, based on the planetary rotation, we are rotating in such a way that we may eventually move away from the target. They are firing, which is good news. What latitude are those guns at? Probably the worst latitude. I think I'm just about on the equator. This feels equatorial here. It's a big green line. Just about on the equator. I might still want these at the pole, just to minimize, like, position change as the planet rotates. But the idea is, depending on where they're trying to fire on, with the orbit inclination, like, I still don't understand exactly how this kind of stuff works, but I'm hoping that with the orbital inclination of the swarm orbit at 0, the ejectors will always have a nearby target. Like, they're not going to be shooting out of the orbital plane, they're not going to be trying to shoot across the planet or anything. You think any position on the dark side is a firing solution, they don't even need to move? I'm hoping. I'm hoping. Like, I don't know if the ejectors fix on a specific orbital, a specific point on the swarm orbit, which means that as the planet not rotates, but moves in its own orbit, it may, like, cause awkwardness for the guns. But we shall see, I suppose. So they're always going to be at this essential point. Relative to the sun. The real question is, as the planet moves, do they find different points on the swarm orbit to shoot at? Or are they always fixating exactly this point no matter what? In which case, this is going to be awkward, and I want to place them on the day-night terminus. Specifically at one of the poles, so as to avoid having the planet be between them and the point they're fixating on. I mean, the only real way to know is to sit here and watch them and figure out if they stop firing. If they stop firing, I'll have to move them. But I will note that this pitch angle does seem to be changing very drastically. It was 11 earlier. But it was 13 earlier than that. Like, it went 13 down to 11, now it's back up to 14? So maybe it's fine? I don't know if I'm just, like, at the low end and at the high end it's going to be a problem. Alright, well, let's just assume this is perfect and nothing is ever going to be a problem, and finish building out however many ejectors I have so that ejection can happen. 7 more. Sure. We'll do 2 more here and then set up another row. Oh, Splitor, require your assistance. Have 130 splitters, definitely don't need to just make my own splitter. Autosave, though. I have done it. I have placed all of my ejectors. Have some sails. I do not want them. I cannot give them sails. I hate everything. Why can I not give them sails? Now I'm holding on to even more sails. Problematic. Yeah, that's what I was expecting, is this was going to be about all that I was going to be able to accomplish for tonight. This is going to be about where it ends. Yeah, down to 1138, but apparently that's not a problem. And where are the sails going? The sails are shooting out. They are being absorbed. Where are they being absorbed? I see them here. Yeah, eat them sails, buddy. Cell points constructed 34. That's not very many cell points. 38,000 cell points planned. That is a lot more than 34. Being absorbed. Fantastic. Fantastic. Cool. Just doing it. We're doing it. We're making it happen. It is happening. A little bit. I do like that I can see just like individual random nodes and arms in the Dyson shell. Like, that's kind of cool. Just like this weird structure floating in space. At 1 every few seconds, you should be done by integer overflow. Or as JavaScript would say, you should be done by nan. Well, you know, finishing is hardly the point. As long as something is happening. That's all that really matters. Cool. Cool. Go, logistics vessel, go! Look at these beautiful bastards fly. Well, solid job. Excellent work. Take my sails. I no longer want them. Good talk. And I think this is where we call it for the night. But before that happens, I need to make a list of what to do next time. Since we have, in fact, begun the work on Bela Lugosi, we did indeed solve our Kimberlite problem. I believe the graphite problem to be solved, but, we'll double check on graphite. Leave graphite up as a thing to double check on. I guess leave mall up as a thing to double check on. We got to do more mall related things. Potentially more things in the mall. A more fully functional mall. There is a mall that is hardly a fully operational death mall. But someday. More sail production, probably a good idea. We could go back down to the Exoforge and stamp another couple of blueprints. So I'll put a note, Exoforge. For ramp up sales. Yeah, what else do I need to do? For whatever reason, I don't feel like the ultimate clicker game. I mean, all games are clicker games, if you think about it. Really, what are you doing? Clicking. It's just you have to, you know, actually set up the logistics to make the additional production. The sphere will complete eventually. Really? That's the level of joke we're telling here, Pitman? I have heard about both Juan and Amal. But you know what they say. If you've heard Juan, you've heard 'em all. What else are we doing here? I feel like I should have more goals, and I am not actually confident that I have more goals. What is my next step? Is it magnets? Is that the goal that I'm setting myself? Is that what I'm doing next Dyson Sphere stream? Is it like, are we going for magnets? Am I out of things to do? I mean, I definitely need to see my vanity project finished before I'm done with this game, right? Like, I can't just abandon that mid-construction. I have to have a reason to come back until that's finished. So maybe my reason to come back is ramp up production on Vanity Project and get that finished. And then I can finally declare myself actually done with Dyson Sphere. Probably just in time for a major overhaul and entirely different gameplay. Which means I can start a new one with combat. I don't even know if I want to play this game with combat. Like, how are they even going to handle that? That seems like it'd be so different from whatever Factorio is doing. Like, Factorio, you can just play tower defense. With this game, unclear whether or not you can just play tower defense. I guess we'll see. So I guess the things to do for next stream is ramp up sales, double check graphite, just add on Solaris on top. But it can't be that abstract is the problem, right? Like, you are very much a boots on the ground mech. Like, maybe you build ships, but like, you can't just be like, okay, you attack there, tell me about it later. Like, you're involved in everything, right? It's all gonna have to be physics. You know, it can't just be like, I have 175 battle power worth of ships against your 160 battle power shield. I'm really curious to see what they think is a good idea for this game, what direction they want to take it. Because they've been thinking about combat for as long as the game has been available, right? That's always been a thing that is like, yeah, we want to put combat in the game. I'm just so fascinated. Like, as is, they're doing things with, like, they have a setup here, armor customized, right? You can do, like, specific elements of the armor and change things in particular ways. Like, there's armor weight, there's durability enhancing. Like, this has to matter at some point, right? Like, this has to matter at some point. Like, are they actually gonna get to a point where your mecha can be blown up? Like, whew. I've seen an Optimus Prime somewhere? Oh, I'm sure. The more flexibility the game has in terms of how you can design your mech, the better, honestly. I'm just wondering how they're going to integrate all these systems. Alright. Double check graphite, ramp up sales, increase vanity project, and what? Like, I feel like there should be other things on my notes, but that's kind of it for now. Mecha blown up reminds you of TA. Dude, TA was a hell of a game. I wonder if it would still be fun to, like, nostalgia, go back and play a couple of rounds of Total Annihilation against the computer. Or if just more recent games do the same thing but better. Like, now that I think about it, I'm kind of at this point of, like, why would I play Total Annihilation when Mindustry exists? Considering what I want to get out of the game. But maybe the fun of TA is just being completely broken and overwhelming your opponent with just completely unfair units. I mean, it is called Total Annihilation. I don't know. Is there anything else I want to do here? Anything else that I want to make sure I get done in this save file? Any other aspirational projects for me? Is that really it? We can always just look at production and see what's going on. I need to be mining more stone. I'm not actually sure what Planetary Annihilation is. I never played that one. Was Planetary Annihilation like a shoot-'em-up? Like a 3D shooter kind of game? Vague memories of something like that. I could be wrong. I might be thinking of something else. All right. Anyway, I think that's good. I think that's as good as we're gonna get, and I'm gonna look forward to coming back in and doing more stuff at some later date. That is not today. I'm gonna put magnets with a question mark next to it. That can be a thing. Like TA, but planetary scale. Wild. And we'll save the game and call